Alright, in this movie I'm going to give you an overview of how I engage the students in the theme of Australia Zoo. It's the first session that they completed and is completely devoted to engagement. Jaffa introduces the session, like he does for all sessions, letting the students know what activities they're going to be doing. And the first activity for the students to do was to watch a course overview. That's myself speaking to a camera explaining what we're doing and why for this term, and also then moves on to a demonstration and shows the students how to navigate their way around the course. The reason is it looks quite a bit different from the course that we set up last semester. So I needed to make it really clear about what we're doing and why and how it's all going to work. Fortunately, we haven't had much contact from students asking why or what's going on, so they seem to have gotten the message from that. It's worked quite well. The second activity was a quick quiz, and that was just 5 multiple choice questions that students did. And the results of that we're able to check and make sure that they've done the quiz, which indicates that they have watched the course overview. And we're able to contact them if they hadn't and encourage them to do so they knew what's going on. Question 3 was to meet Fabio. And Fabio is the avatar of Nick Bell, an education officer from Australia Zoo. He's helped me out over the last couple of years as I've developed this unit. In this short film, he introduces the concept of an avatar, if students didn't already know what that was. And he shows his avatar, which is Fabio, the Woma python. And then he talks about the different types of animals that they can select from at the zoo. And we show footage of some of those animals. It's actually below if you wanted to have a look after this one. Nick's also going to be involved in a live chat we've arranged for a little bit later in the term. And he's going to introduce their design task, which is the major assessment item at the end of the unit. So he's really been quite helpful for us and is keen to keep involved. Okay, after they'd watched that and looked at what an avatar was and the options, it was their turn to choose and post their avatar. So we set up a demo to show them how to do all that and gave a link to the Australia Zoo website, the appropriate place within their website. And I just want to show you that in discussions, it's worked very well. We're very pleased with the amount of students who have posted an avatar. 69 students have posted from our school out of about 95. And that's a good result because a lot of the students are really keen and good workers, but like any school, we've got a certain section who are not really keen on their schoolwork. And we've also got a section of students who are classed as medical enrolments, and they can't always, we're sort of a bit flexible. Sometimes they can work, sometimes they can't due to their conditions. Okay, so just very quickly, just to show you that there are a lot. The students just typed in the name of their avatar and their own name. And that was for 2 reasons, so they could secure it and so that they had to check that list to make sure it wasn't already taken. For example, we didn't want 2 cheaters called Cleo entering a live chat with Nick later in the term. It would cause confusion. So one avatar, once it's taken, it was gone. Okay, so that was the discussion, and they really got into that, as you can see. After they'd selected and posted their avatar, the final activity was to add a profile for their avatar. Demonstration again, showing them how to do that and what it meant. And they had to choose what type of animal they were. Most have gone for mammals. So we'll look at that wiki there. And just look at the right hand side. We can see under site navigation that there's heaps and heaps of profiles, which is great. There's also, maybe 10 reptiles and 10 birds as well. Okay, now what I did was give them a bit of structure. I did one up for Jaffa, introducing Jaffa and using a nice picture from the zoo, which they've permitted us to use, and I explained to the students that we were allowed to use that. And talk a little bit of information about themselves, why they picked the animal, facts about their animals, and just said there are some other things they might like to do as well, and encourage them to use their initiative, which some of them have. Ghana is a nice example. Obviously the quality varies like everything, but the amount of kids that have put at least a photo and a little bit of information in is really pleasing. There's Ghana the tamarin, that's a girl called Sarah, and she's followed the structure pretty much to the letter. Lots of nice information there, and she's got 9 comments. So I did encourage students to go in and comment and encourage each other and say nice page or whatever they want to say. So that's worked really well. I've been checking those comments and they're really getting into it. And I've got to show you Pasang. Pasang's the most popular, it would seem. He's got 15 comments, and you'll see why. It's a boy named Torren. One of the things I like is that he's used a bit of initiative and linked to the Australia Zoo website. It's a video, it's about a 30-second video with a chat to a keeper who's holding Pasang the red panda and talks about red pandas, so kids can actually watch that video. He's got lots of pictures and 16 comments. Okay, so as you can see, there's lots and lots of kids who've set up a profile for their avatar. It's worked very well as a hook into the unit. And from there, obviously, the teaching and learning can begin because they're all really keen and really into it. So that's how I've engaged these students in the unit. And there's a couple of videos underneath this if you did want to have a look at the actual tasks that they went through. Otherwise, and when you finish that, or now go into Get It examples. Thanks.